Next, we're going to look at all the variety of resources the library website has. This includes access to all of our hundreds of databases, our streaming video, and our program guides. So what is a database? You've heard this probably a couple times now. A database is a collection of ebooks, e-journals, magazines, streaming videos, and it greatly depends on the database which of those it offers. It can offer all of them, it can offer some of them, and some of them are specific by topic. So if you click on Subject Databases, it will bring you to this page where it shows off our hundreds and hundreds of databases that the college owns. These again will bring you to scholarly resources that you can use in your assignments. So some of them are subject specific, and there could be a good reason to use a subject specific database. For example, CINAHL is really popular in nursing, and you can be using that if you're looking at specific nursing topics. Canadian Points of View is another great database that gives you two different sides of a topic. So if I clicked on that, it'll bring me to a page that looks like this. And under here, I have the medical marijuana topic, which is really handy. And its interface is very different from all the other interfaces. In this case, it gives us an overview of the topic, and over here, a point and a counterpoint to the medical marijuana use in Canada, which is awesome. So if I'm building a persuasive paper, and this was a topic that I was interested in, this will give me a good place to think about how I can support or defend this topic. So you won't find this in the overall search all resources, which is why it's sometimes important to look at individual databases. Now, because we have so many, most people wouldn't know about all these databases or where and how to search all of them. So that's why we usually recommend students first start in the search all resources till you get more familiar with what kind of searches you want to do, or maybe specific limiters you want to be using in the future. So streaming video, we have a whole collection of streaming videos that you can find by clicking on the streaming video button. Some of these streaming collections are more leisurely, some are more scholarly, and I recommend going through them and playing around and seeing what might be useful for your paper, maybe something that you want to sit down and watch. My recommendations for something a little bit more leisurely might be Criterion On Demand. There's lots of blockbuster hits in there. Canopy has both academic and leisure material, so that would be another great database to take a peek through. If you're looking for something more scholarly, I would strongly recommend Curio. Films On Demand also has a lot more scholarly resources. So you can use streaming video to cite in your papers, which is really awesome. Not a lot of people know that you can quote a video. So let's take a quick look into Curio. So if I'm covering a topic that has to do with Indigenous issues, I can see here under categories, I can look for that topic in here if I wanted to. Maybe I'm doing something on health, I can find that topic in there as well. It's not a giant database, it has thousands of videos, whereas our database might have millions of articles. But it is a nice place to try and find streaming videos if I wanted to use them into my paper. Last but not least, let's look at program guides, and you can find that by clicking on the program guide button. So in program guides, this is where your library liaison has developed a space of the best of resources for your program. This could be the best of ebooks, the best of journals, websites, government documents, and stats that might be useful for you. It can be something specific to your program, and we also have very generic things that would also be good reading. This is a great place to look if you needed a specific database for your program. Again, we're still learning what those databases are that might be helpful specifically to me, so that's a good reason why to check out your program guide. I'm going to take a quick look at the Dental Assisting and Dental Hygiene program guide, so I can see ebooks that I've recommended that might be useful for you. If I click on those, it will take me directly to that ebook that I can read today. Same idea with streaming video. So these are videos that I've picked out with your instructors that might be useful for your program. Articles will include those key databases that I think are relevant to your program, as well as journals that you may want to subscribe to, get the latest and updated information, websites, government resources, and last but not least, a how to cite an APA reference page. So that's subject databases, program guides, and streaming video in a nutshell. Again, great places to find those ebooks, those journals, the streaming videos. So 3 different ways to find a little bit of what you can be using in your assignments.